So try to understand what is more important for you in Python specifically so that you can focus on those sessions. Something we already covered, right? But going forward in future, you will not miss, your focus will be there. Oops, you are going to learn or whatever you are trying to learn, that's okay. But these concepts must be learned. Like you all are aware, you are learning here for a data domain purpose, right? For ETL automation, for AI and all. This is what you are learning. So means ultimately you are going to play with the data. So if you have to play with the data, let's say for an example, you have data here, okay, multiple data with a different type of data is available for an example, okay. Now what you will have to do, you need to play around it, this data, right? So first you need to, one second, first you need to select that data, okay, data selection, okay, data selection. So data selection is nothing that is coming from like which data you have to select from here based on your need, based on your logic, right? So that is kind of you will be using conditional handling for that. Okay. So which data you have to select? You will be using conditional handling for that. Now you have to, after selecting, you need to extract data one by one somewhere like this, whatever you are going to select, right? So one by one, you will be extracting with the help of loops, right? So data, you will be using loops. Like for an example, you are reading data one by one from any table, from any CSV, JSON file, Parquet file, right? So with the help of loops, you will be. Now, later on, once you have read the data, you will be saving somewhere. The all data will be available there, right? So that data you will be saving somewhere in a bucket. That bucket usually we call that here data collection. That may be list, that may be dictionary, that may be anywhere, right? So maximum cases we use list. So list, so basically the data collection. So you use list or dictionary. Okay, so guys, remember these things must be at your tips because you are going to play with the data. So data, conditional handling, loops, and when we are saying loops, you have two type of loops in Python. Yesterday we have seen for loop and while loop. You will be using more than 90% cases for loop when you will be playing with the data for loop. More than 90% cases. Very few chances may be there where you will be using while loop. Otherwise, everywhere your source target may be anything, you will be using only the for, right? So this is what your focus area must be. Conditional handling, the first part we already covered in detail. This is what we are going to cover now. This we will be covering after completion of for loop. The remaining other things we will be learning, those will be the supporting things for these three only, right? Okay, so let's go there and let's start with loop. So this is day 5. Okay, so this is day 5. Now, what you are going to learn? Notes. Guys, you are going to learn everything all about the loops. I will try to cover up all kind of permutation combination related to the loops, right? So whatever situation may come in future, I will try to cover those. Okay, so loops we are going to use today for loop. With all kind of combinations we will be covering this for. Yesterday we have gone through like why we use for loop. Anyone can please tell me why we use loops? No, remember? No
If we need to do same task repeatedly.
one? Okay, nice.
And also to fetch the data from sources. And
I mean, every time you need to extract, do the same thing, right? Like one by one, every time you need to extract the rows.
yeah,
Okay, so basically the purpose of the loops is you will have to do the same task again and again. Real-time example, see, real-time example. Let's say you have created a connection, database connection. Hey, a couple of you, please put yourself at mute. Otherwise, there will be the background noise. Okay. Thank you. Like you have created a database connection, maybe any database connection, right? So you may have written 4 or 5 lines of codes. Correct. So what you will do when you are trying first time to to set up the database connection got failed, right? So what you will do, you have these 4 lines until unless the database connection will not be set up, these 4 lines you will be continuously executing till the time connection will not be set up, right? So same line of code you will be executing again and again, right? With the help of loops kind of fold. Okay, so guys, if you will have to do the same task again and again, means 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. Okay, same task means same line of code you have to execute again and again. Then you will be using loops. Okay, so we are going to learn today for loop. Okay, in for loop, you will be learning all combinations. Now, first, I'm going to write all combinations, those you may be using. Now, so the first combination, like you will have the starting point, like the loop you will be executing. Let's say you have 100 records for an example in your database. So if you may have to extract all records, right? So all 100 records. So means you have a count, you have that number, right? You have that number. We call that as a final value. What we call final value. Okay. So if you have final value means no starting point, no end point. Okay. No one is saying from where you have to start. No one is saying where you have to stop. But you have one value. That is the final value. Means that number of time you need to execute the loop. Okay. So no starting, no ending. Okay. You have only a final value. Okay. Like 120. So means you need to execute that loop that number of times. Okay. We call that this like you have, let's say 100, that value. We'll see practically. Okay. Don't worry. Let me note down all the combinations first. Okay. Now you have starting value and ending value as well. Okay. Means you need to start from the row number 2 or you need to extract the data from row number 100 and then till the end you have to extract. I mean, you have some specific point from where you have to start, from where you and where you have to end, right? So you have starting point and ending point. Okay. Now, third, you are going to use the loop, okay, but there will be like increment. What kind of increment you want? You want the increment by 1, by 2, by 3, all the values. Okay, so increment. So for loop with increment, I can write this. For loop with increment. Okay, like +1, +2, +3, right? Like that, whatever increment is there, that may be anything. Okay. Similarly, for loop may be with a decrement as well. Okay, like -1, -2, whatever, right? Okay, for loop you can use with the data collections as well, like list or tuple. You don't know list, you don't know tuple. We will be learning after the loops these list and tuple and dictionary one by one in detail. Okay, so don't worry about it. As of now, you can just take these names only. So these will be all combinations where you all will be using the loops. We will be looking all the combination with example. Okay, now, and you will be getting couple of additional points here as well to understand about it more. Now, let's suppose you are going with the first example. That's what you have only final value. You don't have a starting point, you don't have ending point, only final value you have. Okay. So in Python, remember there is a rule for final value. Rule for final value specifically only in Python. Okay. Okay. Final value never prints in Python. What does it mean? You will get it, you will see it, you will realize it. Okay. So let me open Python file. Okay. So this is for loop examples or scenarios. Okay. Now, what is the syntax of using the for loop? Okay. Syntax is easy, guys, for using the for loop. Okay. So syntax always start with for keyword. Then we use a variable name. Variable name. Okay. After that, we will be using in keyword and then we will be using range. In range, we will be giving all these things, whatever we have, we are using here, final value, starting, ending, increment, decrement, whatever, right? So everything we will be putting inside the range. So this is what the syntax is. Syntax always start with for keyword, right? Then the variable name in range. Okay, range is a function which generates the numbers. Okay, range is a function which generate the numbers. Okay, now 4, then variable name we can use I, A, B, C, whatever we can, right? So here for I in range, like this we will be putting the value. So this is what the syntax is. Syntax for loop always start with 4 keyword, then the variable name like I, A, B, C, any name, right? You can use. Then in range, this is what the syntax is. Now, so let's assume I have a final value here. The final value, let's say I have 10. Okay. So let me comment here. Final value I have as 10. Okay. Now let's start to use. So I am going to use this final value here. So I will start with 4 keyword I in range. I will be putting the final value here 10. That's it. Now I will use colon. So now the block will start for loop. I will try to print I. So always this variable we will be printing here. What this will do? This range function will generate these numbers. And every time for loop always take one record at once. Okay. So if I will try to execute this, you will get a couple of answers now. Now, like when you will be using only the final value, here you are using the final value. If you are using the final value, then always starting the numbers will start from 0. And always it will end just before this number. This is 10. So 10 minus 1 means 9. 9 will be there. The last value will be 9. Now I have written a rule. Rule for the final value is final value never prints in Python. So here you have a 10. So 10 is never printed. Don't get confused like one second. So don't get confused like we are starting from 0. That's why 10 numbers are done. That's why, no, that's okay. If you will be starting in the next upcoming example from 3, so it will be ending till 9 only. So that doesn't matter. The matter is final value never prints in Python. That's for sure. Okay. Now see how this is working. Now 10, you are using 10 here. So what it will, this range function will do, it will generate 10 different numbers. It will generate 10 different numbers. Starting, if there is no starting value, means the always starting will be from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will generate 10 different numbers. Okay. For loop. For loop always takes one record each time. This is what the purpose of for loop. For loop always extract, like this range function generated 10 different numbers like 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 till 9, right? So what for loop does? For loop every times takes the one number from there. Like first time for loop, first time when for loop will get execute, this I will take the first number. First number will be, it generated the first number 0. Next time it will take 1. The 1 will be printed. Next time it will take 2. 2 will be printed. Next time the value of I will be 3. 3 will be printed. Next time the value of I will be 4. 4 will be printed. So till the time 9 will come, everything one by one that will be printed. Okay, so the range function generates numbers. Okay, if there is no starting value, always that will start from 0. Always that will start from 0 and increase by default 1. By default 1, right? So you can do one thing. Also, you can take this number as an input from the user, put it here, that variable, and start to use. So let's start. Let me take that input from the user and let's try to see that. So let's say num equal to, please enter a number. That user will enter the number. I will use the num here. This will be num. Now, I will try to execute this program. Let's say I'm going to enter 15. Now, tell me, what will be the outcome? It will always start from
0.
0. And it will, the last value will be
14.
14. Let me press enter. Right? Starting from 0 until 14, it printed. This is how. So very easy scenario. Scenario number 2. Okay. Scenario number 2 is you have starting value, you have final value. Final value you are getting here, right? This is what the final value. When you put here one value in range function, by default that will be your final value. By default that will be the final value. Okay. Now, if you have starting value and final value, how you will be using? Means as of now, starting is 0. The numbers are starting from 0. I don't want to start from 0. I want to start from my own choice. Right? Now, how you can do that? So, let's suppose you are going from, okay, starting value. Let's say starting value is for an example 3. Okay, so you have starting value as 3 and you are going to use it. Okay, and let's say final value is 10. So I'm going to use it. You can use final value as 1, 2, 3, 5, whatever you will be using, that will work accordingly. Okay, so let's try to use this. So let me comment the previous lines now. Okay, so I will be using for loop here for I in range. Now, you have two values, starting value and final value. Previously, you were having only the final value. If you have only final value, you will be putting there like 10. If you have starting value as well, so starting value will be at a first position like 1, 10. So first will be always starting value, then at a second position, there will be the final value. Let's try to print it. Now, you know what will be the outcome of this, right? Many of you are aware, but let me print it. Enter value, okay. So I didn't comment it. Let me first, okay. Anyways, now let me comment that now, okay. Now you will see the starting is from 1, right? So you are starting with 1 and this is how many numbers printed now this time?
9.
9. So the last value is still not printed, 10. All right. So remember, this is the base rule. Final value never prints in Python. Okay, that's the base rule. We should be aware about this base rule. Now, for an example, let's say I have to print 1 to 10. This is my requirement. This is my requirement. I want to print 1 to 10. What I can do now then in that case?
Instead of 10, we can do 1,11.
Instead of 10, I should use 11. then it will print, my program will print 1 to 10, right? This is what based on the need, right? In future, you will have to do this. Okay, so if your need is like you need to print the final value, so always use here final plus 1. You will be getting it here. Now, let me add some more complexity here. So this is 1 to 10. Let's suppose I want to print a table of let's say 5. I want to print a table of 5, right? This is the number 1 to 10. I want to print a table 1 to 5. What I can do? So what I can do is simple. Like 1 to 10, you are printing with the help of this print statement. If you want the table of 5, so means every time you have to multiply I by 5. I by 5 you have to print. Okay, so let me print here. So if you will try to print here, multiply 5, let's suppose. Okay, and let me execute. So see, 5, 1 ja 5, 5 2 ja 10, 5 3 ja 15, and till 50. This is what. But this is hard coded. My requirement is I may print any table. So if you have to write a program which will be working for any number, what you can do, this number you can take as a variable. Okay, as a variable, and you can ask user which table he wants to print, right? So let's say table, and then let's take the input from the user, and please enter the table, and you can convert that number will be by default in string format here. You will be converting that in integer, right? So we will be taking the input from the user, like which table he wants to print, and that we will be saving in the table variable. And I am going to use that table variable here instead of 5. Now the table will get print. Okay, now let me execute this program. I'm asking, right? Please enter the table. Which table you want to print? Let's say 59. Very tough table. May not be aware anyone, right? Let's press enter. So here is a table of 59. I want to print a table of 17. So I will enter here 17. So the table of 17 will get print like this. So this is what guys, you can try to practice, I mean, here. So like which table you are going to print. If I will ask you, let me add little more complexity. Yeah, okay. I mean, you guys are printing the table, that's fine. But can you print a more user-friendly table? When I'm saying more user-friendly table, so the table must be like this. Let's say you are printing table of 15. So 15 multiply by 1 should be, let's say 15, right? Then in the next line, 15 multiply 2 will be equal to 30, like this. So 15 1 ja 15, 15 2 ja 30, like that. 15 3 ja 45, right? So like that, right? I want to print more user-friendly table so that I can take a printout and I can give that table to any kid, right? So that they can learn it. For an example, can I print such kind of more user-friendly table? If yes, then how? Right. So Anjali, how I can print it? Everything we did, right? Only one very small step we need to add there. I want the outcome like this instead of this. Okay, so Anjali, can you tell me please? Okay, Ajay.
Yeah, so we will be taking it in the print statement, like whatever inputs we are passing, we will take it in the print statement. So basically, print
Print.
15, yeah. So 15 we will be taking from the input user, right?
Yeah,
No, sorry,
15. Yeah, the table user will tell whatever, right? So we are taking that from user.
Yeah, so it will be table
Table.
plus
Plus.
then like inverted comma, like
Okay.
quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Single, okay, fine. And it will be multiply that
Okay.
plus
Plus.
into I
I.
then plus
Then plus.
then in quotes equal to
Okay.
then plus I into table. So how do we print that I into table value? We can store it in some variable.
That's just okay. You can tell whatever is your thought.
Okay, so line number 17, we will store it into the table. Sorry, sorry, into variable. So we can just put it like maybe for now X we can put. So
Okay.
X is equal to print I into table, and then we can pass on that X in the line number 18 at the last. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, fine. We can use even as it is as well, right? Like
Okay,
we can
yeah,
use
we can use, I guess, yeah.
like I. Sorry,
I
where is my
into
I?
table.
Okay, I multiply table, right? Like
Yeah.
this.
E
Okay. I
in the
mean,
braces, I guess. Or would that work? Like, I'm not sure whether it will throw error like this, but
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. At least you tried. I mean,
okay.
will not work definitely. Okay.
Okay.
Some challenges are there. Okay, but definitely you tried. I mean, 60 to 70% things are okay, but syntax errors are there still. Okay.
Okay.
So that's fine. If you are using plus, so plus means all values here under the print statement must be within in which format?
String. So
String.
yeah, that
है ना?
typecasting.
But still you are using, I mean, in different formats. So you need to convert those. That's okay. Then that will work. Definitely that will work. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So either you can use this. So let me use his as well only as it is. So let me convert this in string format. Okay. Table in string format. This table value was in integer. You converted in string format. This is in string format already. Now I is a number, integer. You have to convert in string as well, right? Then equal to, you are using this specific multiplication. This multiplication will be in a number again. You will be converting this in string str. That's fine. Now, okay, you can add some spaces like this. That's it. You can remove this specific print statement. Let me comment that. Okay, so you are good now. Let me execute my program. And I want the table of 10, let's suppose. So I'm just entering here 10. So how the program will get execute? This 10 will be coming here, will be saved in this specific variable. Now 10 will be converted in integer. Now I you are going to start from 1 and it will go till 10 because you are using here 11, right? So 11, I mean the final value never prints, right? So it will go till 10. Now, what you will print? Table. First table is the value 10 will be coming here, 10. Then this multiply. Then I, the first time the value of I will be 1. So 10 multiply 1 equal to 10 multiply 1 will be 10. So 10 multiply 1 equal to 10 will be the answer. Next time it will go next. Now next time the value of I will be 2. So next time 10 to the 20. Next time the value of I will be 3. Next time value of I will be 4. Then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. So till the time the last all value will not get finished, the for loop will be continued. This for loop will end once all value will be used. Now let me enter here and see 10 multiply 1 equal to 10, 10 multiply 2 will be 20. This is what, right? I want to print the table of 15 for an example. So here is your 15 table. So easy to use, user friendly, okay? And you can learn the table as well if you forget.
I guess we can also use F string here instead of this converter.
Sorry?
So in print statement, we can simply use F string.
You can use F string as well. Actually, he used this syntax, so I just corrected it. Otherwise, you can use F string as well, right? That's okay. Hana?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what, guys, you can use the for loop in multiple ways. So like you are using here for loop, right? Because you knows how many times you have to execute this loop. So for loop we always use where we know how many times you have to execute. Here we are aware how many times is my requirement. 10 times I need to execute. This is what I'm using here in this specific requirement, the for loop, right? So this for loop will help me to start with. Now, if you are using these two values in a range, so always the first variable, the first number will be always the starting point. The second will be the final value, the ending point, basically, right? Now, let me use the third scenario. Scenario number third. When you have three values, okay? You have starting value, you have final value, as well as you have increment. So what it means increment, like by default here, when you are generating the numbers are generating from 1 to 10. By default, increase is by 1. Like first number generated, then the second, then the third, like increased by 1 by default. If you will not ask specifically like this, the number whatever you are generated, that number should be increased by 2 or 3. If you are not saying forcefully, then by default increase by 1. Now I am going to use increased by. Okay, so how to use that? So in for loop, Asif, what is the for loop syntax? Asif,
Yeah.
tell me. For
Variable
variable name. Let's say I, for an example. Okay.
Yeah. In
Then
the range function.
okay. In and then range function. In a range function, first time in a first scenario, we learned like if there is only final value, right? In the second scenario, we learned like if I want to start from any specific value. This is the third scenario. I will be using like increased by which. So let's say increased by 1, right? So I am going to pass 3 parameters now here in the range function. Okay, by default, 1 parameter you can pass, that will be the final value. You can pass 2 parameters. First value will be the starting point, second value will be ending point. If you will pass 3 values there inside the range function, first will be the starting, second will be the final value, and the third one will be the increased by. Let me start from 1, increased by 1. So let me do one thing. Let me quickly comment out the previous lines. Okay, now here, okay, I'm going to print this specific. Now, if you are going to print I, what it will print, Kumaresh, what it will print?
It will start from 1, 2, 3, 4
So what it will print?
up to 9.
Up to 9. Very good. This will print up to 9. So 1 to 9, right? So you are using increased by 1. The third one is increased by 1. I want to increase by, let's say, 2. Okay. Now, what will be the outcome of this program, Jyotsna?
It will start with 1, and we have 2 as a incremental step, so it will directly after 1 it will go to 3, and then 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That's it.
Okay. So let me execute this program and you will see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Let me increase by 5. Okay. Asutosh, what will be the outcome of this?
1 and 9, 1 and 5.
Sorry?
1 and 5.
1 and 5. Very good.
It is 1 and 6, I think.
Okay, wait. Let him. Okay. Okay. Try to see here, right, Asutosh? Like the first time, it will start with 1, right? Now, increase by 5, right? Now you will be increasing 5. So 1 plus 5 will be
6. Yeah.
6, right? If any number will be increased, like by default 1, 2, 3, right? So number is increased by 1. So 1 plus 1 will be 2. 2 plus 1 will be 3, right? Increased by 1. Here we are increasing by 5. So 1, so starting value will be 1. Then increased by 5 means 1
6.
plus 5 will be 6. Plus 5 will be 11, right? But we have the final value as 10. Means till 9 we can print. 11 we cannot print, right? This is out of range. So these two values will be printed. Clear?
Yeah.
Right? This is what, guys, right? If you will increase by, let's say, 10, let's say 9. Okay. So what will be the outcome of this program, Pramod? Pramod, what will be the outcome of this program?
Only 1.
Only 1, right? So here you will see only 1, right? Because 1 plus 9 will be 10, and that's the final value that never prints. That's good, guys, right? So hope you got it, like how to use the increment, how to use the final value, how you will have to use basically everything. Now, if you will do just vice versa of this, then that's a little tricky. Let's say you are good to print 1 to 10. 1 to 10. You are good. But if I want to print 10 to 1, like this. Okay, like this I have to use. So what it means? It means you need to change your logic. Okay, so this is what till now you guys were learning increment, Okay, now you will have to use decrement. Okay, you will have to use decrement. In case of decrement, you will be using something and then you will try to use your logic and accordingly you will be printing it. So you will have to first think accordingly. Like when your need was like you want to print 1 to 10, 1 to 10. So what you did, you used a range function. In a range function, your starting value was 10, sorry, 1, and till 10 you were trying to print, then you used there 11, then you were using increased by 1. This is what you used, right? When you were trying to print like this, but now my requirement got changed. My requirement got changed. So if that is got changed, then accordingly I will start to think, analyze, and I will modify my logic. Now my requirement is I will start to print from 10 and then I will print till 1, right? Or till 0, let's say, whatever, right? Let's suppose till 1 I want to print. So for an example, if you guys are doing like this, so what you can do? What you can do? You will have to just think once, like here, what you need to do? First, you are starting with a number 10. Okay, I will use range function and my starting value is 10. That's okay. Now, my final value is 1. Okay, let's say for an example, let's take an example. Let's don't think much till now. Okay, so my final value is 1. Okay, I printed it. Now, what actually you want, guys? Actual result will be 10, 9, 8, 7, similarly 3, 2, 1. Actual result will be like this. So now you started with 10, that's okay. You are going to end with 1, okay, that's fine. This is going, forget about final value for the time. Let's try to understand the logic first, right? Now, here, the values in the previous example were getting increased one by one, right? The first value was 1, second value was 2. So that was increased by 1. Then we were trying to reach till the last value, that is 10. That was increased by 1. Now here, I am going to start with 10, going to end with 1, right? So values will be decreasing here. In the previous example, values were increasing, starting with less value and ending with more value. Here, starting with greater value and ending with lower value. So means value, the final value is the less value. When final value is the lesser value, then you will be decrease. You will using the decrement, means you will use decrease by -1, like this. You will be using decreased by 1 like this. Then automatically first time 10 will be printed. Next time 9 will be printed. Next time 8 will be printed. So similarly like this, it will start to print the values as per your need. So if I have to print till 1, so what should be the final value here?
0.
0, simple, right? So let's start to use this decrement concept. Okay. So let me comment this decrement. So you have starting value, final value, and a decrement. Okay. Now I'm going to start a for loop for I in range. Okay. I will start from, I need to print 10 to 1. So I will start from
10.
10. I will end with
0.
0. decrease by
-1.
-1. Okay, that's it. Try to print this and let's see. So 10 to 1. So you will have to see, right? If you are going to start with some value and ending with a less value compared to the starting value, so means you have to use decrement concept in that specific scenario. Okay, so these all kind of scenarios may be there with you guys in future with for loop, right? I try to cover all the scenarios, right? So in such cases, you can use these easily. Okay, you can use these easily. Now, let me take one more concept. There was like till here we did the last one. Let me use. Okay. Tell me one thing. If I am using a variable, let's say age, I have two candidates, let's say two resources. Okay, let's say the resource number one, Jyoti, let's say her age is 32. Let's say Vipin, okay, his age is, let's say 39 for an example. Okay, these two resources. I want to save the age in a variable. Okay, I want to save the age in a variable. Where I can save the age, how I can save? Let's say I'm going to save 32, the age of Jyoti, let's say for an example. I saved here. Now, I want to save the age of Vipin as well. How I can save in this age variable? Age equal to 39. Now, if I will try to print this age variable, what will be the latest value in the age variable?
39.
30?
39.
39. The latest value will be there. Means the previously stored value will be removed. Only the latest value is there. But here my need is I want to have that value as well. In a variable, so see, simple. The variables are used in any language, not even Python. Okay. Variables are used just to store only one value. That's the limitation of the variables. So limitation of variables, right? They can store only one value at a time. I have 10 candidates. I want to store in an age variable all 10 candidates' age or their salaries or any value. This simple variable I cannot use. This is the drawback of this. This is the limitation of the variable, right? Then is there anything else available where I can store the multiple values? Yes, there is available. That is called collection. In the collection, we can store multiple values. That's your bucket. That's your this specific bucket. This bucket where you can store multiple values together. And here, list and dictionaries, these two are the major critical part to store these, right? So now you can use collections, and under that you can use, let's say, list. In the list, you can store multiple values together. Okay, in the list, you can store multiple values together. I'm not going to teach you in today's session list completely, but everything, each and every point related to the list, we will be covering just after completion of the loops end to end, right? So, but you should be aware because this is the part of the for loop. This is coming here. So we should learn a little bit at least so that we can practice, right? So list, how we can identify, let's say this is the age and we are saving their multiple values. This age variable is a list variable here. This is a simple variable. Okay, how we can say like this is a simple variable and this is a list variable? So in a list variable, you can have multiple values and those values will be within these square braces. And those values will be separated by comma, like 32, 39, 48, 21, like this multiple values will be there. Okay, so you can save multiple values in a list variable. How I can say this is a list? Because all values are stored within the square braces. If you are saving any value, multiple values within the square braces, that's the list. That's the list. And in the list, it's not really mandatory, like you can save only one data type. There can be multiple data types, like you can save the names as well over there. Okay, let's say this is Neeraj. Okay, and any kind of decimal values. I mean, data type can be anything. That doesn't matter here in this specific case, right? So what matters? The matter is only like you will be saving multiple values within the list variable. The list variable is age variable. So age is what? This is a list variable. How I can say this is a list variable? Because this is storing multiple values separated by comma and all values are within a square braces. So you are creating your this specific bucket. Here you are storing all the values. These values may be different values, right? Okay, so this is what guys the list, right? And you will be extracting one by one the value from this list with the help of for loop. For loop always help you to extract the values one by one from that bucket. That bucket may be list, that bucket may be your CSV file, that bucket may be dictionary, that bucket may be your database table, that bucket may be Parquet file, that bucket may be JSON file. Bucket means lots of data is stored over there. Bucket is nothing. Bucket is what? That stored multiple values somewhere, right? Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's try to understand here. So, you know, at least one thing, I don't want you should be perfect in the list, but you should be aware now, like multiple values will be there in the list. And if that's the list, then what it means? It means those values will be within the square braces, right? Okay.
yes.
Okay. Let me create a list here. Let's say emp underscore data. This is the list I am going to create here. Okay. Now, let's say employee ID first, 101, then employee first name. Okay. Let's say Nishant. Employee last name, let's say Chaudhary. Okay. Nishant, if there will be typo, then you can ignore.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay.
If there will be any kind of, let's say, salary, okay, let's say, okay, let's say he is from MZN, okay, and let's say age is 38, for an example. So this is the data. Different data types and salary let's have in decimal. Okay, so we have different data available in the list. I want to extract the data one by one from this list, right? I want to extract the data from this specific list. So this data is saved where? In this variable?
Yes, employee data.
In employee data variable. So you will be using the for loop and you will be using this list variable you will be getting from there. Okay. So for I in emp underscore data. So you in previous example, emp data, instead of this emp data, you were using something else. What? Range.
Range.
Because there was not any number available. You were trying to generate the number with the help of range function, right? But here you have a data available, right? You don't need to generate. You have to just extract from here, correct? Are you getting it?
Yes, yes.
Now, first in the list, there is one more concept. There is one more concept. It works based on index. First time, the value of first time, it will take the first value. When this will be executed, this for loop will be executed for all values one by one. First time, the value of I will be 101. Next time, the value of I will be Nishant. Next time, value of I will be Chaudhary. Next time, value of I will be this salary. Next time of value of I will be MZN. Next time, value of I will be 38. Right? Now, try to print this. So, you are going to print this, guys. When you will be printing it, it will take one by one all the values and it will print all like here. See. Okay. Is that clear? So how this works, how this is working, let me explain once to everyone. Okay, let's say value of I. So try to understand, there may be 10 value, there may be 20 value, there may be 1,000 value, there may be million of records. Doesn't matter for you. Okay, how for loop works, every time it takes one item from that bucket. So this is your list. Every time it will take the one value from this list. First time you will take 101 from this. That will be printed. Then next time, next value take, that will be printed. Next time, the third value it will take, that will be printed. Next time, fourth value, salary will be, and then that will be printed. Next time, it will extract the next value, MZN, that will be printed. Next time, the next value will be taken. So for loop, every time extract one record. That will be printed, then next record it will take, then next time, every time single record it extract. That's why one by one each record will be printed. Okay, this is how your for loop works with the list. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, Yogesh. Yogesh, if you want to print this list multiple times, so in this case, we need to use range function, correct?
What mean of multiple times?
Like we have one data set, correct? I want to print this data set multiple times, like 5 times.
5 times you can print, right? That's okay.
So with the help of
you can
loop,
use nested for loop, right?
Nested, or we can directly pass range, like for I in range employee data, like that.
You can try that as well. I mean,
Okay.
That's again the same thing, right?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now your, yes, Sojana, tell me.
Yeah, and the list also, it will be starting from
Hey,
this.
your voice is very low.
Okay.
Can you speak little
Is
louder?
is it fine now?
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. So list also will be starting from 0 position.
Don't worry. I'm not going to confuse you as of now. Forget about it. You can just consider like the value within the list will be different data types, and those will be within the square bracket. You can consider this concept only as of now. After the for loop, you will be getting everything. The indexes will start from where, what, and all. Right? All combination you will be getting. Forget about it, right? As of now, don't. Okay. Okay. So guys, this is what now, like your string, like your name. Let's say Nishant, for an example. This is a string. Okay. You can extract the data from that name, that string one by one as well, right? Okay. Let's say for an example, for I in let's say for an example your name Nishant. Okay, let me comment the previous one, these two lines. Okay, now you can try to print this, print I, how this will work. So it will extract every time characters from here, one by one. One by one it will extract. First time, first character, N will be extracted. Then next time I will be extracted. Next time, I mean every time one character from this string will be extracted. So with the help of for loop, you can extract the characters from the string as well. Okay. So we call list, string, tuple, set, these all as an iterative objects. Iterative means one by one you can extract the values from there. They usually store multiple values. So these are the iterative objects, you can say. Okay, there is a specific purpose of that. When you will be learning list in detail, you will be getting more things over there. Okay. So this is what all the combinations related to for loop I try to cover. Now there are certain other concepts you should be aware, right? So let me create another Python file. For loop with break, continue, and pass. Now, before jumping there, you should be aware here. Like three additional concepts. Like in interview, we usually ask, okay, and in real-time projects, you have to use these. Okay, these two at least minimum you will be. Okay, like break, continue. These are mandatory to learn. Okay, pass. If you are aware, that's okay. Otherwise, you can ignore also, but you should be aware. That's easy to use and easy to learn. That's the very easy one, right? So, but break and continue are the critical one in terms of usability, because you will be using these two a lot. Pass, sometime you may use. Okay. Now, what is a break? How we use this? What it does? What is a continue? How we use this? How it works? And what will be the outcome of these two, or even pass also, right? So in case of break, if you are going to use break in your for loop, for an example, for loop with break. So let's say for loop you are going to execute 1,000 times. Okay, and in between you used a condition, okay, with break. Whenever condition will meet, let's say after 100, you have to execute 1,000 times, but after executing 100 times, the condition meet. Okay, and you are using break there, so means your for loop will get complete there, and break, what break will do? Break will exit from that loop, means that will your for loop is not going to execute further. That will be completed over there only on that specific line, point, or whatever you are using. This is what the break is. Break will stop the for loop at that specific point. What break will do? Let's say you are going to execute your for loop 1000 times. You added inside the for loop one condition with the break keyword. Once the for loop get executed only 100 times, and after 100 times the condition meet, then what break will do? Once the condition meet, your for loop will stop your break will stop the for loop forcefully. Nothing will get executed. It will stop that and continue the next line, whatever is outside of for loop. So break, what break does? Break, once condition meet, break will stop the for loop execution immediately. Okay, it stop the execution of for loop immediately, or you can say in other words, terminate the for loop immediately. Okay, condition meet, so terminate for loop or any loop. Let's say that maybe your while loop as well. Terminate loop. Okay, immediately. What continue does and how you will be using. Let's say you are executing for loop again 1000 times. You are using a condition with continue. Let's say your loop get execute 100 times, then condition meet. Okay, what your continue will do, when in which execution, let's say 100 times it got executed, then 101th time, okay, 101, at that specific execution your continue condition will meet, then that specific execution will get skip only, that is specific, and continue with next iteration. It will continue with next iteration. This is what the for loop, this is what the continue does. Continue only skip that specific iteration. Okay, let's suppose for an example, I'll take the example. Okay, don't worry, here as well, and then we will see with example in a Python code. Now, pass. If you are using for loop and you are going to execute 100 times, the condition, let me use here, 1,000 times you have to execute your for loop. You used a pass keyword there. You are not using any other logic inside that, the condition, the print, nothing. There is a for loop. You are going to execute 1,000 times. Inside the for loop, there is a no body, no block, nothing. You have to write that. Let's suppose for an example, you have a Python file with 1,000 line of code, multiple functions, multiple logic you have written. Something a body a body of for loop you have just written. Okay, but you are not aware what you have to calculate inside that for loop. You are not aware. That requirement may be coming in this release or the next release, but later on that is 100% sure that will be coming. What I will do, I don't want to break the execution of my code. I want to pass that code if something is missing. So I have just written the for loop over there. Inside there is no body, no block available. So what I will do, I will be using the pass keyword there. So what pass keyword will do? Pass keyword will not fail that specific for loop block. Okay, that it will skip that. Okay, so your for loop will work as an normal manner and it will go outside, and whatever will be the next line, next logic, it will start to execute. So your program will not fail. So you marked it pass forcefully with the help of pass keyword. Okay. Okay, maybe you are getting, may not be you are getting, but that's okay. At least you get some idea from here. Little bit, let me assume like 5% hardly you get it. But let's wait, you will be getting everything. Okay, now let me use some example here as well, so that you will be at least 50% you will get it from here, then 100% you will be getting with practical example. Break. You are going to use for loop with, let's say, 10 times for an example. Okay, your condition you are using for an example 1 to 10 you are trying to print, and you used a condition where number equal to 5. So wherever the number will be equal to 5, and you are using after that break. So you are using if number equal to 5, then break. So what it will do, when you will try to print 100 times, how you will be printing with the help of range, let's say 1 to 11, right? So it will print 10 numbers 1 to 10, correct? Am I right or not?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes.
So it will print 1 to 10 numbers. Now, one by one, I'm trying to validate here. If the first time the number one will be 1, right? So number here that will be printed, print, let's suppose I. Okay, so first time value of I will be 1, that will be printed, and we will check if num equal to, let's say I. If I, where? This is I, let's say. Okay, now first time the value of I will be 1, that will be printed. Here we are checking I equal to 5. No, I value is 1. So this is false, will not go inside. Now, next time value of I will be 2, 2 will be printed. This will be false, right? The value of I equal to 2. Similarly, it will come till 5. So 5 will be coming here, 5 will be printed, 5 will be coming here, 5 equal to 5. This condition meet will break. Means for loop will stop here. So later on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, those will not be printed. We stopped this for loop with the help of break. So whenever the condition will meet, your for loop will get stopped. So did you get it like this? So at a high level? Is it clear, guys?
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's take the same example. So what will be the outcome of this? 1 second, let me ask. Okay, Parthiban, what will be the outcome of this program? Parthiban, you are at mute.
It will be like
Sorry,
5, 5, 5.
5 will be the
One.
outcome, man. We did a
Yeah, it will
lot.
break it. It will break that 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Achha, 1, 2, 3,
penalty.
4, 5. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
it will
Thank
break.
you. Thank you. Okay, similarly, let's use the other example, but that will be the continue example. Okay, we are going to use continue for loop with the same concept, but here continue will be there. Okay. So continue will skip only that specific iteration, and it will move to the next iteration. Let's see one. Let's do one thing now. Let me not waste the time here. You will get directly there. Okay. So, okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's start to practice directly with for loop with your these keywords directly. Okay, so let me tell you one thing, like break, you got it, like why we need break? What is the use of break? Break is used to stop the loop completely whenever you want to break based on the condition. Based on the condition. This is what, right? So syntax, I already told you over there, like how you will be using. This is how, right? Adding the condition, then you will be using this, right? So I want to use the similar kind of example now. Okay, the same example, let me take here. Okay, so let's take the same example. 1 to 10, I will be printing, and then wherever the condition will meet, the condition will be kind of, let's say, number equal to 5 or whatever, right? Then you will be exiting from that specific loop. Okay, so let's try. So for I in range, let's say 1,11, right? Now I will be using their condition. If I equal to 5, okay, then what I will do, I will break, if that will be. Otherwise I will print I. So if the value of I will be 5, I will break, otherwise I will print I. So now let me try to understand the outcome of this program. Like first time, the value of I will be 1. So 1 will come here, 1 equal to 5. This condition is true or false?
False.
This condition is false, means you will not go inside this block. You will print 1 directly. Next time value I will be 2. So 2 equal to 5. Again, this is false, will print 2. Next time value of I will be 3. This will be 3 equal to 5. Again false, you will print 3. Next time value will be 4. 4 equal to 5. False, you will print 4. Next time value of I will be 5. 5 equal to 5. This condition is true. You will go inside this if block. You will be using this, break will get execute. It will stop the execute. It will stop the for loop execution completely. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 will be printed, right? Let me execute. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be printed, right? So whenever condition meet, it break the execution at the same time immediately. So is it clear, guys? Why we use for loop?
Yogesh,
Why we use the break?
if it is equal to 5 also, it will give only four
Sorry.
outputs, right? If it is equal to 5, you mentioned the condition is equal to 5, right? So then also it will give output as 1, 2, 3, 4. It will not take 5.
Yeah, condition equal to 5. You are saying this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is
So
like equal to 5, right? So, and then also it will take 1, 2, 3, 4 as the output.
you are saying equal to 5 like this, right? You are saying?
No, double equal to, still it will take the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It will not take 5 as the output.
Yeah, because whenever 5 meet, we break it. So next line, it will not go in the next line.
Yogesh, his question is like, if I equal to 5, means in the output will it give 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's what
Yeah,
he's
this is what I'm saying. So try to understand this, like when till 4 value was there, that's okay. Whenever the value of I will be 5, right? 5 will be coming here. Okay. So 5 equal to 5. This condition is true. it will go inside this if break block, and here it will find the break keyword. When it will find the break keyword means everything inside the for loop will get stopped. So it will not go outside of this, whatever number of lines is there will not get execute. Okay, Parthiban, this is coming after the condition meet. So after the condition meet, if there are 10 lines, 20 lines, nothing will get executed. Okay, break means stopped immediately. Yes, if this line would be at the top here, okay, then it will print till 5. Because first time it will print 5, we'll check the condition here, then the 2 will be printed, 3 will be printed, 4 will be printed, 5 will be printed. When 5 will be printed, then you will be checking here 5 equal to 5, then you will break. In this specific case, 5 will be printed. But you are printing, here you are printing before checking the condition. If you will try to print after checking the condition, then that specific number will not be printed. Got it, Parthiban? Parthiban?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Yogesh. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Right.
Okay, perfect. So this is what the purpose of break. Break means stop the for loop execution immediately. Nothing will get executed, not even a single line. After the break, if there is any single line, nothing will get executed. It will stop the execution at the same time immediately. This is what the for loop with break concept, right? So here loop is starting with 1 and we are ending this whenever the value is equal to 5. Okay? Let's take the similar example with continue. And you will get the purpose of continue as well. Like for an example, you are going to print the same thing again. Okay, let me copy this here. Let me comment these all. Okay, for loop. Range I to 11. If I equal to 5, then you will continue. Okay, print I. So what it will do? Try to understand. Now, first time the value of I will be 1. This will be false. So we will not go inside this block. Sorry. Okay. Now, so this will print till 4. Now, when the value of I will be 5, so so 5 equal to 5. So this condition will meet. We are using here continue. Continue means let's skip this specific execution and let's move to the next iteration. So it will go to the for loop. It will not go to the next line, this print. No, it will skip this execution now. Okay, wherever I equal to 5, we are using here continue means we are going to skip this execution. If there is 10 line, 20 line, just after this, we are not going to do anything because we are saying continue here. Continue means let's skip this execution. Let's skip this iteration. So we will completely skip this iteration. Then I value will be 6. 6 will be printed. 7, 8, 9, 10 like this. Let me execute. And you will see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. 5 is not there because 5 you skipped completely. So in case of continue, you skip only that specific iteration wherever the condition meet. Wherever the condition meet, you skip that specific iteration only. In case of break, wherever condition meet, you stop the execution immediately. For that, or you stop the for loop immediately. You exit from the for loop immediately. In case of continue, you only skip that specific iteration. Right? So is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes, Yogesh.
Okay, perfect. So this is what, guys. Yes, Sujanya, tell me. You are not audible. Can't hear you. Yeah, Jay, tell me.
Yeah, Yogesh. So for break, what we call it, statement,
Keyword.
keyword. Okay. So for break keyword, so let's say that if we really want to break it at 5, and we are iterating the loop from 1 to 10, so why not make it like 1 to like 4 range? So what is the real use case of it? Like
Okay.
I'm trying to understand that. Yeah.
Very nice. Nice. Anyone else similar like of this? Anyone?
Yeah, Yogesh, even I had the same question. For
Okay.
break, I'm able to understand that when it is a specific condition, we are breaking completely from that loop. But here it is something like we are skipping just one particular thing or a one particular condition. So
Okay.
in real-time scenario, what would be that? Means what would be
Very
the
good.
real-time scenarios?
Okay, got it. Anyone else?
Yogesh sir, I have other question. Like, suppose for the break we have just used one point where we have to stop, right? And I mean, till that point we have printed all the numbers. But uh, I mean, suppose we have 2 points, either this or that one. So can we do that? And
you can use those two conditions with and or whatever you have, right?
okay.
If you have multiple conditions, right? You are saying like multiple conditions you want to.
Yes, sir. And for the second one, for the continue, I mean, suppose this range is from 1 to 100, and for every I, which is multiple of 5, I want to continue with that. So, I mean, can we do that as well with the multiple condition of continue?
A multiple condition, if you are going to use, then obviously you need to use nested for loops. Then you can use that. If you will be using simple, like this for loop, one value you will be using, then multiple condition will not work. Then you need to use or in that case, then that will work because one time there will be one value. So multiple condition will not work in case of single for loop. In case of nested for loop, that's perfectly fine, and that's the perfect example of that. Okay. Coming back to the next questions, guys, which you are asking, there is a specific reason of using continue or using break. Let me give you one example. Now you have some idea about the list. You can understood easily now. So like why we need continue. Let me give you one basic example. Okay. Let's say I have a list where I am storing the salaries of the candidates, students, or sorry, employees. Let's say 5,000, 6,000, none, 7,000, none, 8,000, 9,000. My requirement is I want to, clear this list. Okay. I want to have like there may be some bad data. Like what is the bad data? Kind of null is there. Right. I want to ignore these nulls. I want to clear this list. I want to store, I want to keep only the actual value. Okay. So I want to ignore these specific nulls. So if I want to remove these nulls from here, what I can do? What I can do? I can simply ignore these. So I will tell you how you can ignore these. You know already, right? With the help of continue, you can skip these. So I will be reading all these values one by one. You will be getting here all the actual values I will be printing. Then later on, we can save in another list. So that you will be getting how you will later on in the next sessions when you will be learning the list, how you can save all the values in a list. So let me tell you how you will be using the continue, okay, in a real time. So here, this is your list. You are going to use for loop. For I in salary. Now, you will use continue, but there is a condition. What condition you will try? Wherever the value of I, if I is none, what you will do? Continue.
Continue.
Right? Else you will print I. That's it. So what it will do? First time, the value of I will be 5,000. 5,000 will be coming here. Is 5,000 none? No. Will not go inside this. Will print 5,000. Next time, 6,000 will be coming. This condition false, 6,000 will be printed. Next time, none will be coming. So this condition meet, will skip this, will not print anything. Right? Next time, 7,000 will be coming. So 7,000, this is false, 7,000 we will print. Next time, none is coming. So none is none. This condition meet, pass, true. So we will skip this iteration. We will ignore this, right? So this will not print. Next time, 8,000 printed. Next time, 9,000 printed, right? So let me execute this. So can I, in the previous one, okay, let's have the previous as it is. Let me note. So you will see here, like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. You ignored all the nulls. You cleaned up this data. Ajay, clear? Sojanya, clear?
Yes, Yogesh.
है ना? Now, coming back to your next question, break. Okay, like why we are using break here? Can't we execute this till 10 or till 4 only? No, we cannot, because this is something a data. You are trying to identify the salary. For an example, you have multiple salaries. Okay, here, let me use this. So I try to explain this with the journal example so that you can get it at least. But in reality, you will be having the data like this. Okay. Now, you want to exit. Let's say there are so many records. We don't know how many records will be there. There may be 10 records, 20 records, 30 records, right? Whatever. There will be. Now, I want to exit from this wherever I found the salary 8,000. Okay. Later on, I don't care whatever are there. I want to just, if 8,000 I found, I want to exit from there. I want to just found there is 8,000 available or not. If there is available, my task is done. I want to exit from there. Okay. So what I will do, I will use for loop for I in salary. Okay. If I equal to 8,000. Okay, this 8,000 may be at any position. If there will be 100 records, maybe at 99th position. We don't know, right? In which place that will be coming. Now, I will break it wherever you will find it. Okay, and you will print it. And here, let me use print statement, print, braces. Okay, new line. Sorry, why this is okay. Now there will be, let's say, this. Fine. Okay. Now, so what will happen here? We will start to extract record one by one from here. First time 5,000. So this condition will be false. 5,000 will be printed. Next time 6,000 will be coming. Condition false. 6,000 will be printed. Second time, third time 7,000 will be coming. This is false. 7,000 will be printed. Next time 8,000. 8,000 equal to 8,000. This condition is true, means you will break. Stop this specific for loop execution, right? So let me execute and we will see here 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. You stopped it. So you don't know at which position that will be, right? So we cannot hold like till 5 or till 4 we need to execute. We need to break only whenever your condition is meet, whatever you are looking for. Clear? Ajay, Sujanya, many of you asked, right?
Yes, Yogesh, that's clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yogesh,
Yeah, Vishnu,
I
tell
have
me.
one. Yogesh, can you please go to line number 17?
Line number
17.
17. Okay.
So can we use equal to operator instead of is here? If I equal to none.
I equal to none, you can use like this and try what it will do.
Like none is our keyword or like it's a string?
This is not a string. A string is something whatever is coming inside the single quotes or double quotes. Right?
So is
null,
it will work or not?
Null, yeah, that will work, right? See, that will work.
Okay. Then why we use this is?
So basically for null, we usually use that, right? That's easy to learn, easy to understand, always with the null. Like in SQL also, you use is null, right?
Yes. It's null. Right.
Okay. So
and Yogesh, like so whatever data type we are giving within a list, it will be automatically
data type never matters in Python, in list or whatever. In a list, there may be n number of data types, data may be there. Never matters. It will handle automatically all data types. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vishnu, tell me, go ahead.
Yogesh, I have some doubt regarding the indentation used inside the for loop. So why inside the if condition, the continue have separate indentation and print I have say separate indentation?
Hey, can you please speak a little louder, Vishnu?
I have some doubt regarding the indentation used inside the for loop.
Okay.
So the continue.
This one?
Yeah. Inside the if condition, the continue has a separate indentation and print.
Yes. Let me explain. Don't worry. Like for loop. This is like after for loop, you usually hear these colons, right? Means one block is going to start for this for loop here. So you are using with a different indentation. Without for loop, you are going to start from 0, but this is a block for loop, then you are going to use this different indentation. Now, if again we'll have some block, a separate block, so separate indentation will be for this if block.
Okay.
Correct. This print statement is a part of if block or a part of for block. So for this for block, you are using this indentation with one tab. So these two lines are the part of for block. How many lines are the part of if block? For this if block, you are using these two tabs indentation. Only one line is a part of this if block. So you are using two different blocks here. That's why two different indentation is coming. Correct? If you will be using here, like this indentation, so this indentation will not work because you have to, like here you are going to start, like this is if block, because you are using, sorry, my bad. You are using here colons means if block is going to start. So if block is going to start, that will be starting with a different indentation here.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Vishnu?
Yes, got it. Thanks.
So
Yeah.
if any further condition will be there, for an example here, again another condition, let's say if ABC equal to R, for an example, okay, so this is again one more block is going to start, then that will have a different indentation again. So as many as blocks you will be having, so each block will have a separate indentation so that we can identify that specific block, those lines, those belong to which block, right? So those number of lines will be grouped together with the same indentation so that we can identify like these block to which block. These specific lines are belonging to which specific block. So indentation help us in that way. That's why separate indentations are used here in that for that purpose. Okay. Vishnu, got it?
Yes, Yogesh, I got it. Thanks.
Okay. So this is what guys, the easy one. Okay. Now, one more part. Okay. That is pass. Okay. So pass. Let me use the pass here. For an example, let me take this salary list. This is a variable, normal variable, or this is a list variable. How you can say like this is a list variable? Because you have the values, multiple values within the square braces, right? So that's why we are saying this is a list variable. Variable is okay, but this is a list variable. Okay. Now, try to understand. You are going to use for loop. For I in salary. Okay, now let me use this salary underscore EMP so that you guys will not get confused because we used salary list variable in the above example as well. So for I in salary underscore EMP. Now, I didn't give any condition, anything here. The body is missing. I don't know. I don't know still what to give here. Because requirement is still not freezed. Requirement didn't come to me to write the logic here. So this body I just created. Okay, this is what I just created. Okay, so it is used when you want to write a loop, but you don't want to add any logic here inside this for loop because you don't have the requirement. Okay, if you don't have the requirement, you will not use this pass. Okay, and later on, let's suppose you have here for an example print statement, print I, or no, print I will not be here because this is outside of this. Let me print here. Let's say this is loop, let's say executed successfully for an example. Executed successfully. Okay. Now, if you will try to execute like body, you don't know, right? You don't have the requirement. You have incomplete requirement, like you will have the list. You want to extract one by one all records. You are ready to extract. Till now, you have done whatever is written in the requirement. But what to do with that data? That requirement is missing. You will not be able to execute this because you didn't write anything. The program will get failed. Fail. Indentation error. Somewhere line number 33. This is what? Here. So some error is there. Right? So means something is not right. You have to give the body. But you don't have body ready, right? So what you can do, you can just mark this as pass. Okay, body you can give later on so that your program will not fail, because in this Python file you may have written 1,000 lines with different logics, right? So your program has been executed successfully, and this for loop kind of escaped. You marked that as pass, right? Okay, so this is what the purpose of pass. If you will not write here, either you need to remove this line for loop, but you don't want to, because this is the requirement. You have written that requirement, whatever you have till now with you, right? So you can mark that as pass so that this will not stop or will not give any error, right? So just for avoiding such kind of errors, you will be using this pass. Later on, whenever you will have the complete requirement, you need to calculate something here, you need to compare with the if condition, you want whatever will be coming later on, you can add that. You can remove the pass and you can add those requirements later on. This is what the purpose of pass. Okay, got it, guys? Why to use pass?
Yes.
Okay, so in many times, I don't know you guys are aware or not, but in manual testing there is a concept uh, that is driver and what is next?
Stub.
Stub. That's right. What are those two? What are those?
Dummy modules to test integration testing.
Sorry?
These are dummy modules which you can
Huh?
use in integration testing basically.
Yes. Right. Means your module is not ready yet. Correct? You are using something dummy kind of. This is something here, your logic is not ready yet, so you cannot write anything, but you cannot also skip this because requirement is there incomplete. You have to return, you are done with it, correct? So that your program will not get failed, so you can relate with that. Okay, okay, so hope this is clear to all of you guys. Okay,
Yeah, Yogesh.
so this is for loop more than 90%, while loop very rarely you will be using. We will be completing, don't worry, with all kind of these combinations, similar kind of, okay. For loop is your backbone to extract data from any kind of source, any kind of target. For loop is used to compare your entire data between source and target. For loop is your backbone. So for loop must be handy, must be on tips with all these kind of combinations. I try to cover up all combinations which may be coming in future in any scenario. You will be facing these kind of scenarios, all these, right? So I try to cover all so that whenever you will be getting anything, you can start to use that. So what you will have to do now? You need to just practice around these. I told you three concepts are the critical concepts. These three, right? Conditional handling, loops, specific for loop, and this bucket means the collections, data collections, like list, dictionary, and tuple. These are the main thing, major thing, the critical things in the data domain. If you are expert on these three concepts, nothing else matters. You are good in oops concepts or not, that's okay. You are good in exception handling or not, that's okay. But this is something you must be expert in these three topics. Must be nothing else matters. And this is easy one, yeah. What else? I mean, easily you can be expert on these, right? Okay. So guys, try to do practice around it. I uploaded yesterday 2 scenarios on the conditional handling. Okay, with the nested condition as well. Today I will be uploading with for loop. Okay, and even you can try to practice whatever you have learned today with the similar kind of examples. The same example even you can try to practice as well. But I will be uploading 3 examples, different scenarios related to the for loop. Okay, and separately one will be break, one will be with continue. So total 4 scenarios with for loop you will be getting. Okay, try to practice. Okay, in the next session, first we will be, if you guys will not be solving those, so I will be taking those scenarios, okay, like conditional handling and these for loops. First we will be solving, and we will connect little early at the next week, at least 10 to 15 minutes, because first let's solve those problems related, I mean these assignments, and then we will be moving further, right? So this is what, guys. Yes, Satya, tell me.
So Yogesh, if possible, can you please give an example for the nested for loop?
Sorry, can you come again?
No. Example for the nested for loop.
Very good. I'll give you the assignment. Try to put some effort. Okay. If you will not be able to so there is an easy one. See, let me tell you. I'll give you the clue. You will get it. Like here, this date you are using for loop here, right? For this specific, this is kind of one-dimensional data. Wherever one dimension you have, okay, you will be using one for loop. Wherever you have, so what is when you are extracting data is just, okay, one thing. Okay, nice question, man. That will help to others as well. So thanks, Satya. So for loop. Okay, so let me copy that from here. This one, let me take this one. Okay, now let me remove this if condition. So see, when you will extract data from here and you will print, so data is going to increase towards down. First record, second record, third record. I mean, one-dimensional array in one dimension only. If data will increase in 2 dimension, means towards down as well as to right side as well. Means data is rows here. What is happening? Rows are just rows are increasing. First row, second row, third row. I mean, one dimension is increasing. If the rows will be increasing as well as the columns increasing, like first we'll have first row, second row, and the second column is as well. Third row and 2 more columns will get added. Means that will increase in 2 dimensions. Right. So one for loop will help you to increase one dimension, either towards to down, either towards to right or left. Okay. If you will have to consider, like you have to cover up 2 dimensions, like bottom side, top to bottom, you are going to increase these rows. Okay. Use one for loop. That's what we are using. If you want to use like, okay, I want to increase towards to right as well. Okay, use another for loop. Let's say for an example, you have to print like this, like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's say 10. If you have to print like this, so try to understand the logic. First, number of rows are going to increase one by one. So one for loop will increase the number of rows. Another for loop will start to increase the columns, because columns are getting increased as well. So this is kind of 2-dimensional outcome. So one for loop will help to increase one dimension. If you want to increase 2 dimensions, means 2 for loops you will be using. I mean, this is what, right? So one for loop will be used to increase one dimension. If you have to increase 2 dimensions, means 2 for loop you need to use, right? So here in each and every row, right, the number of rows are increasing and number of columns are increasing as well in each row, right? Satya, clear?
Yes, yes. Yeah, Yogesh, yeah.
So in such scenarios, you will be using nested for loops, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys. Then thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
See you at 11 a.m. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.